Coleridge criticism on Wordsworth. Poetic criticism. William Wordsworth and Samuel Taylor Coleridge were two famous poets who lived in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. They were friends and collaborators, but they also had some big disagreements about poetry. Coleridge criticized Wordsworth's main points are given under 1. Overemphasis on rural life. 2. Simplification of nature. 3. Lack of imagination. 4. Too much emphasis on everyday language. 5. Neglect of the supernatural. 6. Too much focus on the individual. Let's discuss them in detail. 1. Overemphasis on rural life. Wordsworth believed that poetry should focus on simple, everyday life, especially rural life. He thought that this kind of life was more authentic and allowed people to connect with their emotions in a deeper way. He also believed that rural life was more peaceful and calm, which made it easier for people to think and feel deeply. Coleridge, on the other hand, didn't entirely agree with Wordsworth. He thought that Wordsworth's focus on rural life was too narrow and didn't take into account the complexity of human emotions. He believed that poetry should explore the imagination and the world of dreams, not just everyday life. Though simplification of nature. One of the main points of disagreement between the two poets was the role of nature in poetry. Wordsworth believed that nature was a source of inspiration and comfort, while Coleridge thought that nature was just one aspect of human experience. 3. Lack of imagination. Neglect of the supernatural. In terms of characters, Wordsworth's poems often featured ordinary people, like farmers and shepherds, while Coleridge's poems featured more supernatural and fantastical characters, like ancient mariners and Kubla Khan. Too much emphasis on everyday language. Their diction, or word choice, also differed. Wordsworth used simple, everyday language to describe the world around him, while Coleridge used more elaborate and symbolic language to explore the world of dreams and imagination. Too much focus on the individual. Despite their disagreements, both poets made significant contributions to the world of poetry. Wordsworth's focus on rural life and everyday emotions helped to create a new kind of poetry that was more accessible and relatable to ordinary people. Coleridge's emphasis on the imagination and the world of dreams helped to create a more fantastical and symbolic kind of poetry. In the end, the disagreement between Wordsworth and Coleridge was a good thing. It helped to create a more diverse and rich poetic landscape, with different poets exploring different themes and ideas. We can also see that even the greatest poets can have different opinions and perspectives, and that this diversity is what makes poetry so rich and interesting.